I have lunch in the game too, so perfect sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. When everybody's ready, how are you guys? Are you okay, James and Errol?
Yeah, we're okay.
All good.
Because on my screen, it's got my head and then the word Cramlin in it. And
on
then your
my
head.
screen, which is the one that's recording, it mirrors it this way around.
I see.
So now you're the right way round for the OBS to do its recording thing. Right. If everybody's ready, we can begin. But if you want to chat and chill for a minute, or you're good, everybody.
Okay.
I want to eat this burger.
Well,
but you can start, and I will probably turn the camera off to eat a burger.
you want to? You can just go off screen.
Well, I'm off screen eating a burger. You can just have hands eating burger.
Yeah, because we can't see you open your mouth.
We can't see inside your mouth. That's fine. As long as there are not too many lippy smacky sounds. Right, here we go. I'm going to summon the witch.
And if you did see
Recording
you
in
eating
progress.
your burger, I have a distraction with me.
Little cat.
Being this cute little one here.
Oh, it's having a cudsy.
She's purring like crazy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a critically average adventure. And this is Critically Average Adventure Crew plays Wild Beyond The Witchlight. And we are playing it with friends, and these are my friends. Woo! I'm not sure how to do it on the beginning of that bit. It's a bit weird. Because I don't get to say the normal spiel, so it broke it up a bit weird. When last we saw our feast of frolicking, fantastical fairground fanciers, capering cautiously, collisions of consciousness occurred, creating copious conversation, concluding in a crescendo of conjuration. Now, a brief sojourn to satisfy sounding stomachs, seeking sustenance to sate sore esophagi, but still secrets lie slippery, almost subterranean to the sheen of the sparkling serenade that is the Witchlight Carnival. Welcome back. Yeah, so when we last...
Someone's been writing.
Woo! So...
No, wait. We're not just going to walk past that. Very good. Kudos.
Thank you. So when we last saw,
as you were, sorry, Pete.
Then they were going for lunch. Basically, that's what that whole spiel was about. They had just finished Lokyri performing one of the headline acts at the halftime show, basically at the Big Top, and various suggestions were made for lunchtime, basically. So you're heading up, sort of northerly. Up the carnival, there is a steady procession of gaily dressed visitors, performing folk, a small weasel cart that is travelling with a Cramlin chasing fast behind it, and you are all in this kind of crowd moving forwards. Now, I think the first thing that we need to do is... Lokyri, please tell us your appearance now. What are we at?
We are currently the standard human. We still look human.
Okay, the first one that these folks met inside.
Yeah.
I think that was actually an elf.
Was it? Oh, I do beg your pardon. Yes, I believe it was.
Yeah, an elf, and then you changed to slightly more humanoid when you met Witch and Light, and then you unveiled further when you had a conversation with Mr. Witch and Light. So they are in the present. That means Uria, if you're not trying to hide, are you, Lokyri? You're just kind of in the crowd at the moment, or?
No, I'm kind of
standard perception check then.
Seeking the adulation of my newly acquired fans.
Okay. Uria, please make a perception check, because when we finished the episode last, you'd asked to see if you could see the person that you met who had introduced themselves not as Lokyri but as Sylvan.
Yeah. Okay, well, we start really well with a natural 20.
That's it. So
it's a 25.
Yeah, you see the individual that known as Sylvan somewhere ahead of you.
Wow. Okay. Oh dear.
You weren't
She
expected to
is-
roll, were you, that well?
No, I wasn't expecting to be this high and like this, and you know.
You were like, this is going to be gutter trash, but then it was like,
Oh my god. Yeah, she's going to go to him. Like, what was the name you gave to us about your character?
I beg your pardon, dear. Are you wishing for an autograph?
George, can your mic go up a tiny bit?
More than likely, yes. Bear with me.
You're a little bit quiet today.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What was the name that you were giving us about this character? Because I kind of
Lokyri.
forgot.
Is that any better?
Lokyri gave you the name of
Sylvan.
Sylvan. Yeah.
Sylvan,
Sylvan.
okay.
Yeah. Is that any better at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Mr. Sylvan! Mr. Sylvan! Hey, look! Look! It's Uria! You
Yes.
did great!
Thank you. Are you caring for an autograph, or shall I return to my adulation?
I don't have nothing to write or even a paper.
It's not a problem. I'll be around all day. Don't you worry.
Okay, I just Tralloc because Tralloc was a big fan. You made really nice illusion, so I think he would like an autograph. I don't really like autograph or things like that because it kind of feels like stealing because it's someone's signature. So if it's someone's signature, I can copy it if I need an official paper to be signed or something, or even a loan at the bank. I could maybe forge your signature on the paper and everything.
Well, I'll be. That's the exact reason why I. How do I put this? I use an alias signature, so I don't sign my actual signature. I've got almost like a stage signature, if you will.
That's clever. Oh, what is it?
Well, I can't show you my signature without something to write it on.
Oh, right. Where we are going to eat, so I grab a napkin and I think a charcoal would be enough for the writing.
Yes, well, I mean, as it happens, I'm currently also on my way to feast, as it were.
Oh, I can tell the group. Guys! Ilvin's here! Sylvan, sorry.
Evan.
Ilvin's here! Tralloc! The little guy is here!
So, you guys, Cramlin, Rosalind and Vivian are walking out the side entrance, trying to look like you haven't just left the side entrance. You snuck out after there was an individual who was having a conversation with flame people upon their palm. About it wasn't that bad, it was okay, you did great, don't worry. And then he's talking to these other flame creatures in his hands. And Straloc, Nana and Uria were leaving out the front, so I guess in Straloc and Nana would see immediately. Somewhere off to the distance, Vivian, Cramlin and Rosalind would see a conversation and an ecstatic Uria waving furiously at you. You can join the line and start proceeding upwards. Is there anything you'd like to do while we travel, folks? Or are we going to go straight to the food hall?
I'm happy to go straight there. I don't know about anybody else.
I mean, Uria would make sure that she doesn't lose Sylvan, so she would probably grab his arm or something.
Like link arms?
Yeah.
Or try to.
She just have a big grin and being a very happy being.
I've heard of fans, but this is a little much. Thank you.
I don't want to lose you because one time I was with someone. I got lost of them because I wasn't looking and I was feeling them. So, I got lost. And it took me several hours to find them again. So I don't want this to happen because the group is a very nice group and we had a lot of adventures and you're a very talented performer.
thank you. I think.
You're welcome.
You proceed through the carnival. Various people peel off from the group and enter the rides and go off to different things, getting distracted on the way to the feasting orchard. When you arrive there, you start hearing the music first of all, and then laughter, and then the clash of tankards and the scraping of knives and forks on plates in your...
Uno momento. Sorry, DM.
Sorry?
DM.
Yeah.
DM, can you hear me?
Yeah,
James?
sorry, I can now. Yeah.
Okay. Can I keep an eye out for how many staff members I might notice in the crowds, or if anybody's looking at any of our group in any way suspiciously?
Make a perception
Are
check.
we being watched?
Oh,
Are
yeah.
we being watched?
Are you being followed? Perception check, Rosalind, please. Sorry, I couldn't hear you, and then I did hear you.
That's okay. I got a 17.
17. What you hear, Rosalind, is what you see is standing at the edge of the tent, sort of nodding happily, and kind of greeting guests, and sort of patting of picking up a few kids and cuddling and holding and posing with and entertaining is Mr. Light in his beautiful diamond red leotard with a diamond on the front of it. Now, when they're not looking at you so much as your group walks away. They are looking at... Let me tell you who they're looking at. Who are they looking at? Here we go. They are looking at... They are peering between Lokyri, or Sylvan rather, sorry, at this point, and Uria.
Oh.
Their gaze is drifting between them, and it is beaming.
Beaming.
Yeah, when they look, they hold their little cane over their shoulder and the top of it's spinning.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just... And then they'll pick up another individual and then they'll pose and then the parents will clap and then they'll do a small little bit of conjuration like a little bird or mimicry or something like that, and then they'll look back and then they'll still be looking and they'll just be smiling at Sylvan and Uria.
Say ship it.
And they're just linking arms and sort of being friendly.
They're just being lovely to the individuals attending the place. You could insight them if you want to try and gauge what exactly they are.
Yeah, this is creepy. Is this creepy? I think
this
that's
creepy?
my insight track.
Yeah.
Is this creepy? I get a -1 to insight. 9.
You don't gauge. You see happy, but you don't gauge any deeper than that, or if it's false even. You
What are emotions?
see this grin, and you are completely unaware of what that expression means. You proceed, further up, and you start hearing the music first of all, as I mentioned. That is the first thing that sort of greets your ears, and then the sort of the clash of wooden tankards, and then like the yeah cheers and things like that. And you enter through a small wooden archway that says the feasting orchard upon it, and then there is an array of trees with all kinds of different fruit growing upon them. There's stilt walkers that walk amongst them, and maybe one of the stilt walkers that you'd seen previously, Rosalind, and they are plucking fruit from the trees and then passing it down to whoever wishes to indulge in some of these things. And there's a smell of fresh baking, sweet and sort of sour cherry pies are being passed around, and there are musicians with pipe and drum, and they sing and dance, and there is loads more of that custard that was about earlier on, but this is being used not for comedic effect. This is being used for enhancing flavour sensations.
Is Kettle Steam around?
Is Kettle Steam around? Make a perception check, and we'll see if Kettle Steam is around.
Is Kettle Steam around?
Would little Kettle Steam be there?
18.
18. Let's see.
The rolls aren't too bad.
Come on, Kettle Steam. Where are you, you little bugger?
They were disguised in some way, weren't they?
They are disguised in some way, because they can do this.
Let's say little warlock.
You notice because of the voice. First of all, there's someone sitting at a table, pretending they look like a small dwarf, female dwarf, but when they speak in that staccato thing, so it's beer, pie, beer and pie, more pie, pear, beer pie.
Beer pie. I will go sit. Well, I will if I'm with Vivian and
Cramlin.
Have the groups merged as you walked up?
Beer pie would be a lot better than pie beer.
Did you merge together, everyone? Have you come together in the line? That's up to you guys. You can choose this.
I'm keeping my distance from Uria, and
Yeah, she would have dragged Sylvan with her.
Okay. And where's Vivian? Are you with the Cramlin Rosalind crowd?
Yeah, I'm with Cramlin and Rosalind.
Okay. And Nana is probably like with Stralok, holding Stralok's hand, I think. Like come along, Stralok. And if you remember Stralok, you have had a lot of sugar.
Also with Wizzy.
Yeah, and Wizzy, you're holding like one of Wizzy's eyes. Nana's holding your hand, and like travelling up to the feasting orchard. You find your seats, and food is being piled upon the table. And what you hear from one area, one particular sort of kind of Corndosa area is like, go, 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 yeah, yes, 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 yes.
Oh, no.
And then
Food contest?
exactly what you think, Uria. As you peer over, you see there are two individuals sat at a cake stand. Like one of those ornate multi-layered cake stands. And the next set are ready to go.
At this point, Nana Foon is being dragged by her heels, holding onto Stralok's hand, over to this cake stand.
Okay, so we have our next contestants here.
Yeah, me.
Take a seat, big fella.
Okay. Sits down.
Okay. And then who's going to be opposite you? I'm going to roll a d4 to see who sits with you. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you haven't seen this individual before, but some of the rest of the party have. Sitting down opposite you is a clown dressed in the most beautiful shimmering green satin garb, and they have bright yellow pom-poms down the front. They have a bubble pipe in their hand, and it's producing bubbles that pop with small puffs of smoke. They are painted fully in full like clown makeup with little crosses over the eyes, and then there is like a smile painted this way, but the actual smile within the face, the features, is most definitely grumpy, miserable, and not at all. Yeah, this isn't a happy one. And they sit down opposite you, and they say, "Very well. The rules are simple. First one to eat the most, to eat the most custard pies without passing out will get a prize. So, you can eat as many cupcakes as 3, plus your constitution modifier. Okay?
Okay.
So how many can you eat?
6.
6 straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're going to try and beat you, or at least meet you. Okay, so they're going to run. Oh, nat 20, beat 2. Hang on one. So,
What was the 20s?
don't know, it's 2 20s. Okay, they eat 2, no problem. The third one, they get the thing, shove it in, and you see them go, and they've clearly been damaged by some of this custard. They've lost some of their will to carry on. Stralok, it's your turn. If you'd like to eat another one, they're matched with you now. Do you want to try and beat them?
They're matched.
Do you want to try and go higher? You've eaten the same amount of cupcakes.
Oh, okay. I thought I ate 6 and they only ate...
They could eat some, and then they rolled for some of them, because they have to do a con check. They've eaten another 2, and then 1, so that makes 3. Plus 3 is 6, so now you're eating...
Oh, so 3 on top of their regular 3?
Yeah, the regular 3.
Sorry, I thought you just meant they just had 3. I was like...
No. So they ate the regular 3, and then they have to start making con saves. You could eat 6 straight up because of your constitution.
I'll just eat another 6. Just
Another
sit there
6.
and
So
just-
that's 6 constitution saving throws, please.
Oh, well, hold on.
Do you want to change that, Joe?
I'm confused. So it's not just 3 plus my normal 3. Every one I have now is a
You can have 3 plus another 3 because that's your constitution modifier. Is plus
so
3.
I've had my 6.
Yeah, so now any more, you must make a con save.
Oh, okay. So I thought it was any more on top of my normal 6 per turn, but it's just mine. Okay, no, that's all right. Yeah, I will eat 2 more then.
2 more. So 2 con saves, please.
Okay.
Did I lock the cat in the toilet again? Oh no.
First one is 15,
Oh no, he's here.
and second one is a dirty 20.
Oh, okay. So 2 cupcakes down, no problem. They look at you, feeling a little bit groggy. Oh,
Just sitting there, just like eating these like they're biscuits.
they
and they're
eat
just
another 2, and then another 1.
So they're 1 ahead.
Yeah, 1 ahead.
Okay, I'll have 3 more.
Okay. Oh,
well, fuck. So first one was a natural 1.
okay.
Plus 3 makes 4. Next one was a natural 20 for 23.
So you passed 2. I'm going to count that as, alright? Like a death save.
Okay.
But you failed 2.
So I got a natural 1,
Mm-hmm.
natural 20, and my third one was a dirty 20.
Okay, so you take 14 custard damage.
What the fuck? Custard damage.
That's what it says in the
Didn't
book.
know this. I didn't know this was going to be like A lethal challenge. Okay. I'm guessing I'm not resistant to custard damage.
So how's that sit you?
I'm fine. Yeah,
So
I'm
now
cool.
you would be... You failed 2. You're at 1. You're even.
So, how are we working that? Sorry, I'm confused with the maths.
So, yeah.
So I've got a nat 1 and a nat 20, so they cancelled each other out.
Okay.
Or-
So we're going to say that... Okay, so you fail 1...
So are we just saying the nat 1 and the nat 20 cancelled each other out, and then I succeeded on 1?
Okay. Yeah, okay, we'll do that.
Is that how... I don't know, I'm just wondering.
Let's do it that... The first roll was the natural one. That would mean...
Yep.
And you were trying to eat how many? 3?
I was trying to eat 3, yeah.
So that means you failed 2.
Okay.
And then you've passed 2. So that means
Yeah.
you are now 1 ahead of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I did another roll, and I got a dirty 20 after that.
Okay.
So would that mean I'm 2 ahead?
You're 2 ahead, so they're going to try and beat you.
2
They're
ahead.
going to try another 2.
Okay.
Oh. This doesn't look good. 6, 3. They eat the next one. And they get the next one, and they shove it in. And at this point, they kind of rock backwards off the chair and fall to the ground on their back. And they go, "We have our winner! Better luck next time, Thacko." And then they help this poor, rotund, now custard dribbling clown off the floor. He shakes his head, picks up his pipe.
I go for another pie.
Okay, go and bowl it.
I go for another cupcake. Just carry on eating regardless. 15.
Yeah, pass. So they say you can stop now. The competition is over. But the prize is a cupcake. But this one's a different cupcake.
Oh.
And they give you this cupcake, and then on the top of it there is like a little one of those little like pins that you put in, like with a little character on it. And when you look at it, it kind of flickers between being there and not there, and just like an outline of it, and then there, and then not there. So this acts as a potion of invisibility.
Ooh. Getting all the magic.
Alak, what did you get?
I love how the barbarian is the one with all the magic.
Okay. There is the cupcake opportunity for anybody else who'd like to join in the cupcake games. If anybody thinks they want to battle in the cupcake games. No cupcake games for Cramlin. No cupcake games for Sylvan.
I mean, if Nanafoon turned into a bear, I'm sure they'd manage to...
Nanafoon wild shaping into a bear and stuffing custard cupcakes.
Yeah.
I think Nanafoon will just have watched you and go, well...
I pass a cupcake to Nanafoon.
Which one?
Well, just one of the normal
custard ones.
cupcakes.
I think these are for the competition, Strand. Look, there's plenty more. You need to have something that's not made 80% sugar.
Why?
You're starting to look a little strange. Your eyes are moving. Well, they're moving without you having to move your head. Normally, you have to move your head to move your eyes.
It's in a sugar rush. It's normal, Nana.
Is that a very good idea to leave Stralok with a sugar rush, though?
My teeth feel funny.
You are led to tables. So the tables are Uria, Sylvan, and I guess Stralok and Nana, and then we've got Vivian, Cramlin, and Rosalind. What would you like to do in this space, if there's anything you'd like to do, apart from consume food?
I mean, discuss would be good.
Are you going to join the other table then? Maybe you need to get together. Maybe you need to talk to each other. It's up to you.
I want to sit with Kettle Steam. Oh, sorry. I thought I didn't know we were unmuted.
Cramlin is going to hide behind a menu and looks shifty.
A menu.
A menu.
A menu.
If there is a menu.
A menu.
Or a piece of paper which looks like a menu.
This doesn't feel like the place that there'd be a menu.
A piece of paper that you think is a menu.
Well, yeah, he looks for a piece of paper
He
and then he does
read.
this.
Okay.
And squints.
You put eye holes in it.
He pokes eye holes in it. He uses his beak to poke eye holes in it.
Is anybody... So are you going to collaborate here? Are we going to move to the same table? Or are we going to...
I go up to Cramlin and I take out this little pack of face paints that I got from the circus.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, face paint, magic, face paint, make you look different.
Cramlin takes the face paint, slowly puts it on his head.
Just like the whole tray, just on the head.
The whole.
Okay. Strelok, anything you want to do to Cramlin's weird response to a gift?
Is he literally just got them on top of his head, like they're just sitting there on top of his head? I just take like one of the little things of paint and I kind of just like try and pour it on top of it, just pour it over him. Okay. Kind of just, and I forget the brush. I just use my fingers and try just smear it around his feathers and on his beak. And I'm just like,
what are you trying to create, Strelok? What creature are you?
I don't know. I'm just smearing paint on him and hoping it magically makes him look like something else.
Okay, so let's find us
Cramlin is very confused.
random animal table. I'm going to just find a random animal table.
It's like shampooing a cat. Like,
Oh.
Okay, can you roll a... Oh, that's not right. Can you roll a... Oh, come on, that's not what I want. Let's see.
Cats want my food.
Let's do a D100. Please.
D...
100 for you, please, Strelok.
You keep cutting out every time. Sorry. A D...
100.
A D100. 71.
71. You start by being quite abstract, but then something in your past makes you think, you know what? A jackal. So you somehow...
Because that fits in so much more better than...
So basically, you have attempted to disguise a bird as a jackal, but a humanoid jackal. So you currently, Cramlin, basically look like a gnoll, which is like a kind of dog person type snarly, like a hyena kind of jackal type person.
Is it effective?
It is the disguise spell basically, and it will last for an hour. Is it?
I don't know.
No.
Cramnol.
It's disguise self.
Cramnol.
Let's have a little quick look.
Magic face paint disguise self 1 hour is my notes.
So for 1 hour you look like that basically, James.
And no.
Beautiful.
Cramnol.
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 That means that you look exactly like that until someone would make a physical inspection. They hold up to physical inspection, but they'd have to make an investigation spell against it if they wanted to. So effectively, you are a gnoll right now.
Cramlin says thank you. Thank you. And dives into his bag and
bird.
finds a piece of coal in one of his socks and gives it to Strelok.
Trollope tries to bite the coal.
Digestion.
Digestion. Carbon.
Do we see this?
Put it in your water. It's good for coal. As purifies water.
Purify water. Good for health.
Oh.
Am I currently within 30
I
feet
just
of Trollope?
I take my goblet of whatever I've got and I pop the coal in it.
I'm
Like an
saying
ice
that
cube.
the tables are not far from each other.
Okay. So in Strelok's head, he just hears, "Eat it." Tastes nice. Eat it.
Ray's just looking at this and like, Strelok, don't hit that! Don't drink! Don't put it in the water! Just
Eat it.
give me the coal!
Strelok,
looks
maybe you
tasty.
should eat something. It might calm your constitution. And then in your
looks
head,
tasty.
you've got eat
I'm
it.
rolling to decide what he does here because he's got 3 people telling him to do different things. He's eating it.
Listen to me, Strelok.
No!
I'm your inner conscience. Eat it.
No!
Just go and try to take a bite out of this lump of coal.
Don't worry, Eric. He'll be okay. He's
yeah.
eaten worse than that.
Yeah, it's dusty. It's
wouldn't
cold.
say-
It like
coal.
it breaks off in fragments, doesn't it, coal? It's like
Yeah, it's like eating a Cadbury's flake if it was made of rocks, like soft rocks. So
when
there's
he
none
smiles, his teeth are all black.
Yeah, that's it.
Smile.
It's like that, the charcoal toothpaste you can get that's supposed to like whiten your teeth. So in a little while, when you've rinsed,
Some
you're
thick
gonna
black
have
dribble.
you're gonna have beautiful teeth when you've rinsed. But right now, it's like looking into the mouth of a lich. You
Stop.
sit down and there is a bard individual. They are walking down the table. They are playing a lute and singing lightly. And they're kind of jumping between the different tables. And they come to a rest in between both of your tables. And finish a song. And say, returning guests.
You know us?
Yeah?
I don't remember you. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You were small.
Maybe you know what I lost.
Maybe. Do you miss it?
A bit.
Miss what?
What I lost. You know. Silly.
I'm not sure what he lost. But I feel a sense of it missing.
If you know that we've lost things and you knew us when we lost them, then perhaps you can tell us where we might find them, and you would be greatly thanked by us. Possibly we would be in your debt.
Do us a service.
Now, Rosalind, those are the kind of questions that we enjoy. Because they are the right questions to ask. Ellie Tumblewick, at your service.
Pleasure to meet you again, Ellie.
Do I remember anything about this individual?
History, straight up.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to remember anything because I have +1 in history. It's not bad. It's 16.
16. You have a vague memory of the smile and the eyes, but the rest was different.
You change outfit.
Yeah, sometimes. Don't always like to look the same. Change your style, change your hair, once in a while. It's good for the soul. Good for the heart. Good for business.
Men to that.
Oh, how did you recognize me? I changed face.
You've not changed that much. You're not one easily to forget, Uriah.
Some people tell me that.
And
I don't know if it's good or bad.
they look over at Sylvan and say, "What's the name?"
Wouldn't you like to know?
I meant today.
Well, I see that you see right through me.
I saw you before.
I know. Many have seen me before.
And not just here.
No?
No.
Where else then?
You'll know. Later.
I'm really confused.
Is that an offer or a promise?
Both?
Excellent.
Yuri is going to lean down to Silva and be like, "You were a spy or something?" In not a high-pitched voice, but like more like a normal voice, like something serious.
Sylvan's not going to say anything, but in Oria's head, she's going to hear, "I have no clue what he's on about."
Well, I'll let you be whoever you want to be, because we should have the freedom to do that, I feel.
Exactly.
Now you, Stralok.
I want to be a snail.
A
We love
mighty ambition, Stralok, but... You broke George. A mighty ambition.
Directly at the sun.
Maybe Nana can teach you at some point. You have the ways, Nana, don't you? And she says,
I mean, to
yes.
break everybody like that. Jesus.
Nice. She says, you're different from last time I met you. You were a bit... more here.
I am here.
Yeah, your body is. Some of your mind might not be. That's besides the point. So the things. You seek them still? That's why you're here? Or that's what brought you back, I suppose? You didn't really-
Yes. Yes, that's the only reason we're here.
You haven't guessed where they might be yet.
Well, we did go to the lost property and we gained something, but not something that was ours. And I believe the mother has lost their cub. So,
Dear
I mean,
again. Yep. They're looking in all the wrong places too. There are individuals about this place who take things as a fee for those who don't pay to enter the carnival. When you don't pay, they take them from you.
But
You
we
is-
were on the list. They said we were on the list and we didn't pay, so that means they have to take something from us?
This time, when you entered, I paid.
You did.
Yes.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
I wanted you all here. I thought you folks might be able to help in some way and gain back your lost property. And you, nameless one, missing anything? And so he's directing that at Sylvan.
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of.
No.
Insight, deception.
Wait, which one am I doing?
You're doing deception.
Perception. Pink fluffy dice. 25.
Don't lie. I know you're missing it. That little thing you keep down your trousers. Or up your sleeve. Or wherever it is you hide it. It's short, it's scaly.
How dare you? It is not short at all.
Is he talking about your pee-pee?
I will have you know, sir, madam, whoever you may be,
So, madam.
it is average length.
Why is it scaly?
Well functioning.
That sounds.
Oh, I couldn't
Right.
be more disinterested in this topic.
Curious. I want to know more.
Well, even if you say you don't, you are missing it. Have a check later, maybe. Let me tell you. I think only you, Vivian, out of all of them, have had a glimpse of where you might need to go. You, I think, saw one of the thieves themselves.
Look at Cramlin.
No shit in the pig mask? Oh, fucking kid.
Thieving? No thieving here.
The right? With the rat Pete? Is
Yeah.
it the little
Yeah.
shit kin? Yeah, that's. You can't trust kids, man.
They are called Scabatha no, they're called Sowpig.
Where did you see this, Vivian?
Oh shit. It was in the mirror house, right?
Hall of Mirrors, indeed.
Oh, but nobody fucking believed me. Nobody fucking believed me.
There was nothing there when they got there.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm thinking about that stupid nat one against Cramlins. That's so fucking stupid.
Maybe that Fae is a
Oh my
play trick
God.
on people.
What's in that one, Vivian?
Let me ask God the fourth wall real quick.
They say you have a few hours left of the carnival. You can stay and enjoy the rest of the festivities, or if you'd like, I can show you the way.
Is it through the house? What, my House of Mirrors, or what was it called again?
Hall of Mirrors.
Hall of Mirrors. There you go.
Oh yes,
That's right.
there's the gate. It's what Witch and Light don't want to talk about.
And do you know how to, what it is exactly, or how to get past it?
I know the charm.
Can you tell us?
Sure, or I can just take you and I'll say it and you can head on through.
And what do you want for this? Ellie.
There is a set of individuals who have come to my attention. They are unpleasant in nature, and I fancy them a little comeuppance. And I thought that you, 7 might be the ones to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
7, yeah.
7, yeah. 7.
So if I flash little like what was the hourglass like medallion metal token.
Mhm.
I forgot what it was exactly.
Yeah, like a leather thong with a wooden token of an hourglass on it.
All right, is it the people who are part of this?
That's their sign. Where did you get that?
Vivian?
I found it.
To find something like that, you must have either seen one of them, been near one of them, or someone that they've done a deal with. So, where did you find it?
What's the name of the area again? Backstage?
Backstage area, yeah.
Yeah, the backstage area.
Ah.
Elbowing Vivian a lot under the table.
I'm just taking all the blame by myself. If you're making the audience, then you're just out of the game.
That will be
obviously.
a token of their pact, I believe, that they made. That's either Mr. Witches or Mr. Lights.
Does that mean they're evil?
No. They just prefer the life they have now. This...
Now?
Yeah, they care very much for this carnival and the way it is, the joy and spreading happiness. Yes, Vivian.
Alright, Pete. In my world, in Gotham, because I read through all the Domain of Dread, and because I fucking love it, you know, I'm all about that dark stuff. I know that there is a carnival that passes through every world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you allow it, but would I know about it?
About
Or
the
as
carnival
Vivian?
for the Domains of Dread. Not unless you've visited a Domain of Dread, and I don't think Vivian's been to a Domain of Dread.
No, but Amelia does, and you know, that's her mom. So I don't know if you allow her or not.
You can make a history check.
Bet. That's all I need. Ah, shit. I need to do the thing for the thing. Okay, here we go. The fuck find this?
While all this commotion's going on, Sylvan's
History?
going to check.
Oh, that was almost a
Run off to the
17.
bathroom and just check in a toilet.
Okay.
Sounds
Rory is going to observe
11.
Sylvan.
11. You
I'll
remember
pass for
in this
17.
carnival environment, there are things that spark little bits of memory about what your mother told you, some sort of different things about
I
the
have
planes.
keen mind. If that makes any difference.
So you can recall anything about...
I think they got from a month.
Yeah.
A month.
That's true.
So this is what your
This
mum
is
told you when you were
Vivian.
young, fairy stories and legend and things. You get some sort of recollection of like something about a carnival that passes between domains, but you know that that's what this does. This passes from the Fae to here to do with the eights. Sylvan, when you head to the bathroom, as you did before, trying to you tried to awaken mind, I think, to them before, or did you message them? I can't remember, but you don't get it through. You couldn't find them when they were up your sleeve. You were trying to speak to them telepathically. You take off your robe. You take off your vestment, your top. You drop trowel, and nothing. There is nowhere to be seen. This thing.
Where are you? Where's it gone?
Are you trying to message that?
Yeah, I'm trying to get some form of link.
It's only 30 feet, and it has to be on the same plane, right?
Message is 100 feet, isn't it?
I don't think his message is doing.
It's 100 feet.
Oh, okay. You would. Isn't it an ability you were using, not a spell?
No,
Or are you burning
it's-
slots?
No, it's neither.
Okay.
It's just
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, you try that, and it's 30. You can't.
No.
Okay, nothing.
Yuri is starting to get a bit worried, so
No,
follows him a
he's
bit.
not in the scene. He's off to the toilet.
Yeah, but she was observing him, so
Okay.
I'm in a toilet on my own.
yeah. So she's going to knock on the door
you
and
can't
be
make-
like, Dylan,
Doc.
everything's all right.
Occupied.
Of course. I'll be out in a second.
Insight.
Okay.
Insight.
Deception and insight.
You shit. You have a shit.
11.
I got a 13.
Yeah, so you see through it. There's something up with Sylvan. Doesn't sound all right.
Yes. I'll be fine. I'll be out in a minute.
Sylvan, I have to ask, because I had my suspicion, but are you perhaps hiding your true form? Like, are you some... You talk about something scary, so I was thinking about your tail, but are you perhaps a lizard folk or a dragonborn?
No. I appear to have misplaced something, which is very dear to me. It is very close to my heart, and I very much wish for it to be returned.
Strelok, what were you doing at this point? Did you knock on the door as well?
No.
No, okay, cool. I heard you gesture, but I couldn't quite pick up what you said, sorry. Yeah. So,
I was just joking about his response earlier.
okay.
Occupied.
Occupied! There's somebody in!
Okay.
That's what Billy Connolly would say. Just be like, there's somebody in! Even if you only live with one other person, it's just there's somebody in.
She is a bit worried now, and like, okay, is this like a living thing or like an animate thing, or an object?
All that you need to know is that it is very dear to me, and that I would very swiftly like to see it returned. And as he says this, he's fully dressed again, opens the door, washes his hands, and now, if you're quite finished with the interrogation, I'd love to go back and finish my meal.
Sure. Sure you... Sorry, not used to talk with this voice much often. But just know that I'd be here for help if you need.
He kind of stops, almost like looks down, then just carries on walking.
And she follows, because she's on the teleport cable.
Mm-hmm. So,
But she doesn't say anything. She just calm for now on.
you're back at the table, and Ellie just smiles at you, Sylvan.
Where is he?
I'll show you. I said I'd show you. It's not me that's taken it. Don't look at me like I just shat on your shoe.
Don't play games with me.
I'm not playing.
I would
games.
play.
Strelok, there's lots of games to play, but they're not here. I'll show you where we have to go. And Sylvan, whatever your name is, I intend to help you. I'm not your enemy.
Good.
They say, are we going now then? Are you finished your lunch?
I
1 second, and she just...
Cramlins like blah, 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 on all the scraps.
I think Cramlin just kind of like opens his beak like this and just kind of mushes.
It's like a flat cake.
There's this knoll
Oh,
that
yeah.
just is sitting there
Like
going,
the edges of the beak grind. Like.
Peter, there are napkins on the tables.
There are napkins. Yes, there are able to be napkins. If you wish there to be napkins, you can find them. There are attendees.
Sherlock's just filling his pockets with just things.
And how far away is Kettlesteam from us? Did we go sit with Kettlesteam?
You sat with them. Yeah.
Okay. Can I, while Ellie is reasonably, I guess, engaged with Lokyri,
Mm-hmm.
can I accidentally... Oh, I dropped a napkin, just pick it up again. And I noticed that the floor looks like it's sort of grass and dirt. So
It is.
there might be some sort of dirt and mud, especially if people have been walking around and.
Oh, that
filling-
space underneath the table has got like old sachets of ketchup.
Okay,
There is.
fully festival vibe.
Yeah. It's muddy. It's well trodden.
Can I do this?
I don't know, can you?
Shapes and colours. I'm going to. I don't know why I'm doing this so surreptitiously, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay.
But I'm going to. I want to try and kind of move the napkin closer to Kettlesteam, and using mold earth, I'm going to write on it message. I think they wanted to know what was behind in the backstage area, if I remember.
Yes, they were trying to get there. They were trying to get a meeting with Mr. Witchlight. Their concern is for their patron Zyblina.
I think I try. It's how much can I do? Spelling out words. I guess I could do like a sentence.
Yeah, easily.
I think.
You can. I'm going to say you've got the same as message.
Okay.
Like,
So it's something like, no, Zyblina found hourglass. No other clues in backstage. And I sort of pass it, slide it over towards Kettlesteam and kind of give them just a tap as we are about to get up, and so that they, and if
they come very close to your ear in their dwarven form. The bristles of the slightly haired chin touch you, and they say in your ear, they look like someone about to whisper, but then they go, "This one, listen."
they say what now? Sorry.
This one, listen. And they gesture to Ellie.
Okay. Sure.
Is anyone paying Cramlin any attention right now?
Absolutely not.
Excellent.
No.
Cramlin
Well,
is going to.
that was just me. Maybe other
Yeah.
people are paying
No,
Cramlin.
I think-
No.
I mean, Ria, to be honest, is more concerned about Sylvans.
Mhm. I think the floor is being held by Sylvan and Ellie at this point.
Unfortunately, we are not paying enough attention to Cramlin, little thief.
Cramlin,
little,
This.
the little kleptomaniac who's now got a disguise.
Cramlin, you as a gnoll, what are you doing?
Cramlin is fondling with the thing which he stole.
Don't say the word fondling,
I
please.
can say the word
James.
fondling whenever I like.
Yeah.
Please don't. Ever again.
I thought fondling was an excellent choice, Cramlin.
Yeah, exactly. See?
You can live with George.
And
Oh,
is
boys.
underneath the table is like slowly trying to
Fondling
open.
underneath the table.
He has stolen.
Open it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forget which item we're talking about. Sorry, can you message me it?
I can message you. Yes.
I'm not allowed to look.
I mean, you can. if
I'm
you
not
like.
going to.
Fine. Oh god, now I have to find a message.
What?
Why is life?
Are you
hard?
doing it on Discord?
Yeah. Oh, you sent me a picture.
Picture of the page.
Oh, I think
Oh,
picture of the
what it
thing.
is? Yeah.
Oh man.
Does it mean that Kremlin is about to find out that Rosalind took a book back.
Oh, he already knows that.
Oh.
Yeah, because it was a confrontation. Oh yeah, okay. So this is, you're trying to attune to this item, like, basically, as you have it under the table here. Oh yeah. So let's find out what you find out about this thing. Right. So as you're having a short rest, you can attune to this item, and what it does, it gives you the ability to. Are you ready for this? There's quite a lot of stuff it does. Okay. It is a wondrous or legendary item that you hold in your hand. Cramlin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Off of him.
why has Cramlin got this shit?
You stole it off of Mr. Witch, didn't you? Like,
Mr.
you
Witch.
rolled a ridico number.
It is Mr. Witch's Witchlight watch. Now, it has to be attuned to by Mr. Witch or his hand-picked successor. So you can't quite attune to it, but you find out exactly what it does as you kind of turn it over in your hands. This ornate pocket watch is fastened to the end of a gold chain, and it glows with a faint golden light when opened and makes a soft ticking noise that can only be heard by the creature holding it. The face of the watch shows a miniature painting of the Witchlight Carnival, ringed by a teeny tiny henge, orbited at night by a mote of small light, small enough to slip through the eye of a needle. This light causes the henge to cast shadows, and these shadows allow the watch owner to track the passage of time. So you basically have a time-telling piece, a miniature moon dial. The creature attuned to the watch. Now I'm going to let you know this even though you're not attuned to it, because it will be more entertaining. So you know it, but you can't function it because you haven't been handpicked. You believe that it allows you to initiate the setting up or the takedown of the entire Witchlight Carnival. In the span of 1 hour, all objects that are elements of the carnival are magically whisked about until everything is packed up and ready for travel, or unpacked and assembled. The watch has no effect on creatures which can move freely about and safely while at the carnival. Once the process of packing up or unpacking the carnival begins, it cannot be stopped until the task is complete. When the watch is used to pack up or unpack the carnival, it cannot be used again until another 8 hours. So you hold in your hand the power to stop and start the carnival. And as you glance down, you see that another hour has passed. You're on hour 6.
Does that mean that while Cramlin has this watch, the carnival can't end?
Incredibly smart, Stralock.
No, I'm just sorry. I'm just
Yeah.
Sherlock just has these outbursts of hyper-intelligence. No.
You gotta take psychic damage. That was too smart for him.
I guess so. Like, unless Mr. Witch finds his watch, then...
So Cramlin is just holding this essentially this thing, and is trying to understand it, but literally doesn't understand that it needs to be attuned, or like needs the gift of it needs to be given. He doesn't understand that.
Can't take it.
What would you like
Literally,
to do now you've uncovered this information? Anybody? Cramlin, more specifically.
Cramlin is going to chuckle quietly to himself
Creepy.
in an incredibly creepy manner.
Yeah, is it like that? Like when a cat sees a bird.
Then Karen's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
try and like
We're all doing.
My girlfriend's
Cue
cat
another
is-
45 minutes of every
Different
member
parts.
making bird sounds.
We all know that though. That's what cats do.
Yeah.
Cramlin shuts or like tries to open the pocket watch, and I assume it doesn't open because it's
It opens and you can see the time passing, but you can sort of feel that you have this power, but it won't do it if you press the button, if you know what I mean. It's like you haven't got the right touch sensitive, it hasn't recognised your fingerprint or whatever, you know, that kind of that kind of
He's like a toddler with daddy's really expensive watch.
yeah.
What have you got? A knife.
No.
No.
Can everybody roll a perception check?
Sure.
Yeah, why not? Oh, 10.
Oh dear.
14. This is my meal. Why are you trying to hit my meal?
12.
Get out.
13.
Cramlin, Rosie?
Oh,
I 10. I got a 10.
there's my perception.
Your perception,
14.
my darling, is right there. You
And
need to-
Sylvan?
I got
Ooh, and that one.
That
15.
one.
15. Okay, anybody above 14? So it's everyone apart from Rosie, I think.
Yeah, Cramlin got on that one.
Oh,
I got-
right, sorry. Cramlin and...
I got a 12.
Okay, so Stralok, Cramlin and Rosie, you don't see this. And it's more poignant for Cramlin, so it's more hilarious that Cramlin did not see this. But filtering in through the wooden arch that is the centre of the... that is the entrance to the orchard are a group of Witchlight hands. Now these are people that you saw performing in the show, those that saw the performing. These are people that you saw doing the setup and takedown of the show. As well, you guys in the back, you saw them kind of leaving the stage, and you've seen them around, and you've seen them mostly kind of greeting guests and, you know, being genuinely friendly towards folks. But they are walking in, and as they walk in, they split and start walking in a circumference round this, like one set going this way, someone standing at the door, and the others start moving round the edges and sort of filtering through the tables.
Rosie, do you want a cupcake?
Yes, sure. Thank you, Strala. That's very kind
I
of
was talking to Wizzy.
Oh, that's what you said. Rosie. Okay, I've been replaced by a giant snail. Okay.
Cramlin, could you make me a stealth check trying to hide, or a sleight of hand check to hide the watch, or like keep it hidden, please?
I will use a sleight of hand. I got 12. Even with a +9.
So there are people filtering through the tables looking. Wizzy hungrily accepts a cupcake, and custard is running down Wizzy. But custard is not just on like the mouth, it's on the little pokers. It's on...
Do snails even have mouths? I don't even know what a
Yeah.
cupcake.
there's like
Shoving
the
it
little
in.
bits here. There's like the little feelers. There's the eyes that, as you know, were really big on Wizzy. There's like custard on one of the eyelids and it's blinking. But you think Wizzy is pretty happy with the situation of being fed donuts. Probably most rich food that Wizzy's ever had. Cramlin, or everybody else, you see people point at Cramlin and start proceeding towards Cramlin.
Does Cramlin not notice that?
Cramlin doesn't notice because of the low perception.
But isn't he disguised?
Yeah,
They-
he's a knoll.
They're
Cramlin.
looking not for Cramlin.
Oh, they've got some kind of... They've seen it, or they've got located. Oh.
Maria is saying this would be like, Kremlin, can I see your back? Can I see your back?
Cramlin squints and quickly hides everything in bag.
Asking a junkie for his stash.
In dog form, though. So,
Big dog.
so there's like a kind of raised lip and like a little bit, just the front teeth. You know, like one of those chihuahuas that's got like the really
Yeah,
bad, like
exactly
reversed
like that.
underbite. That's the kind of knoll that Cramlin is.
Not a good-looking knoll.
Like
I don't think Noel's supposed to be good looking.
Definitely not good-looking.
oh, I'm gonna make a handsome knoll. That has to be an NPC at
But the
some
thing
point.
is, a handsome knoll would just be an average-ass person.
Just like really hot boy knoll, like really like
Soft boy Noel.
yeah.
And
Noel
himbo.
feeling. The building. Noel
Hey.
feeling.
Hey.
As
Hot North
the
summer.
like hands are kind of getting a bit closer,
Yeah.
can I try and subtly throw out one of my cards to kind of distract them?
Okay. Yes, I'm gonna say make a sleight of hand to be able to throw it without them seeing.
Also, what is Ellie doing at this moment? Has Ellie seen?
Ellie, let's see. Ellie would have seen, yes. So Ellie's like,
That is a. Oh, sorry.
looks like time's running out.
That was a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, yeah. So they roll. Nope. They don't see that you throw a card. What happens?
So I need to actually pick a card.
And where are you throwing it toward? Are you throwing it?
Kind of away from us. kind of
Okay.
more towards like the other side of the area, so that whatever appears appears.
Okay.
Wait, how many is it? 1, 2, 3.
I'm not going to turn you invisible. I won't.
You did that before.
I know.
You have had a short rest, though. Anybody that needs a refresh on any powers, so.
Oh, I
short
don't
rest
think
off.
that does anything for me.
I think you get action surge if you've got action surge. No, you're not a fighter, are you? Are you a fighter? No, barbarian. I mean, so.
I get one.
So
I
there
don't
is
get anything on the shore.
36 cards.
Mm-hmm.
No, 34 cards.
You're gonna have time to pick, or are you gonna just have to chuck at
It's
random?
Literally just like the like a random one. Just
I really hope
Right.
it's a fucking beholder.
No, actually,
Yeah,
you
just-
can,
Yeah,
because
who the
if
fuck
I
you
remember
are.
correctly, once you pick the card, you cannot pick it again.
Yes.
Oh, does that work?
It's
Oh.
just like the deck of the bad
Many.
one. When you pick a card,
Yeah.
except if it's a
There's no
certain
bad
card,
deck.
you cannot take it again.
No bad deck. I don't believe that. The deck of many things is fucking perfect.
Okay, so
Actually,
you're gonna
someone
randomize
in
it.
one of my server do have this deck,
So
and first card was the one with the wishes.
Oh no.
So, as I throw this card in the middle of like the tables, maybe like a couple of feet over,
Yeah.
spawns. Where was it gone? A hill giant.
So describe to us how it appears.
So, as I kind of like, have you seen Now You See Me Too, where they do like the card sequence?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like just almost bounce it off the floor, and then it kind of lands. Oh, shit. And then seemingly out of nowhere, this giant kind of almost stands up,
Uh huh.
and like it can't move like forward or backwards, but it kind of it looks alive, and it's like "Rrrr."
Yeah. Does it make sound as well? It's just the image of it.
Yes, I believe so. An illusion of one or more creatures forms over the throwing card and remains until dispelled. An illusory creature appears real, of the appropriate size, and behaves as if it were a real creature, except that it can do no harm. While you are within 120 feet of the creature, you can see it. You can use an action to move it magically anywhere within 30 feet of the card. Any physical interaction with the creature reveals it to be an illusion because objects pass through it. Someone who uses an action to visually inspect the creature identifies it as an illusion with a successful intelligence check. The creature then appears translucent.
Doesn't say anything
Doesn't
about
actually say
Yeah, it
no,
doesn't
so it just
say.
appears real.
Doesn't
So,
say it
Yeah,
doesn't.
so I'm going to
Doesn't
say if it
does.
appears real, it would in turn cause some sound, some noise, and gesture. So all of a sudden, standing up in this space is a hill giant. Their hands are going to roll for a perception on it. They believe it's real. They all balk at it and start setting up a defensive perimeter around it. And they start shouting at the guests, "Get back! Get back! Get back!" And they're trying to get everyone kind of behind this defensive line as they kind of begin to encircle it. And you can see them readying spells, those that have it, drawing daggers and blades.
So, and then as they kind of get the perimeter,
Mm-hmm.
everyone in their mind, including Ellie, hears, "Now's our chance. Let's go."
Okay.
Uri is going to grab Cramlin, put it on her shoulder, and run.
Okay. Cramlin, are you willing in this?
When things like this happen, Cramlin kind of goes limp.
Okay. Okay.
Plays
Holds
possum.
on to his bag very
I would
tight.
like you all
So it's
to
a role
make.
playing possum.
Can you all make strength athletic checks, or no? Tell me how you're doing it. Are you running at full pelt, because that is probably the best option? This is what I'm thinking, to just run out as quick as possible while there's a distraction, or are you going to try and stealth out, folks? Tell me how you do this.
I mean, I feel like if we are running out, we're running with the masses, so it would also be stealth.
You're trying to blend in, but you've got to cover quite a bit of ground at
Yeah.
the same time.
Scarlock will do whatever Rosie tells him.
So let's have it this. Let's have that you have to try and blend in. So the stealth has to be made. So you blend into the crowd. And then how far you get is determined by the athletics.
Okay.
How does that sound, everybody? Sorry, Vivian, you had a question.
I was gonna say I'm gonna put off my hood of the cloak of Robin kind so I can get advantage on that stuff.
Cool. So let's everybody have a stealth.
Oh
Does
no.
Cramlin need to
Yeah.
roll stealth if Cramlin is being carried, or is Cramlin pretending to be a bag?
Oh,
You could.
Cramlin, you can have an advantage because you are being carried by Uria, who is basically assisting you in most ways of mobility. So, like,
And I rolled a 20, so
20. Yeah, so you're well hidden. Uria,
Oh
you're
my
blending in perfectly.
Got advantage
Got 11.
because I got a 1.
you got advantage. I also rolled a 1.
Is advantage a reroll?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get 2 rolls and then you
Oh,
take
that's
higher.
good.
And you got a nat 20.
So I got a nat 20. That's
You were
Oh,
like
damn.
back. You were
So-
such a back.
a 29.
Cramlin, you are the most bag you have ever been over Uria's shoulder. Sylvan, what did you get?
11.
11. So you're running, but you I don't know how much they've kind of gained the connection between you and Cramlin, probably very little. So they're not really looking for you, Sylvan, and you're not really standing out. You're just backing off into the crowd, trying to look suspicious, but no one's looking for you. They're looking for a knoll. Stralock?
17.
70. Stralock! Wow! Good
That
on you,
Wizzy.
Stralock. Wizzy is part of... No one's looking for a giant snail. And Vivian, what did you get with your super cool elven cloak?
20.
I don't know what happened there. I literally, my zoom just went in his bag.
Yeah, you glitched and you
Um,
swapped places as well. On
Okay.
my screen.
Yeah, I don't know. My zoom just closed down and reopened itself. I don't know what just happened.
oh, it's when you have it's when your Wi-Fi just goes
Blips.
from big to little in a couple of seconds, and it just does this with Zoom.
Strelok rolled 17.
Yeah, cool. So you're off into the crowd, blending in. Again, your connection is not great to. Although someone might have seen you giving stuff to Cramlin earlier. You still managed to blend in quite well. The only one sort of standing out really is Rosalind, but then again, they're not really looking for you, although you have been sitting with Cramlin. So you see one person, like the person on the gate, who has not approached. They see you and single you out in the crowd.
Are we heading towards that gate? Or
Yeah, that's
is
where
that
where the flood of people is going. You're kind of swept up in this crowd. Everyone else is getting through. Nothing really happening. Cramlin in bag mode. Uria carrying said bag, and they kind of bar your path. Weren't you with that Noel?
Oh, is it? Sorry, you talking to me?
They're talking to Rosalind. Yeah, they bar your path and say, "You were with that Noel, right?"
Do I not have a chance to cast anything before I get up there?
Perception to see if you see them see you.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
14.
Yeah, you're heading straight for them. They're not trying to hide. So yeah, you see them clock you, and go. And then what would you like to cast?
Well, maybe I find a person who's slightly bigger than me. Stralock or Wizzy, perhaps.
One more thing.
Okay.
Since we took a short rest, I would assume that Rosalind would have attuned to the ring I gave her.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she would have like one more extra spell slot. I'm not sure how long that's going to be useful for, but I think it's like 3rd level and lower.
Yes.
I'm not sure what your
you can
current spell
regen
slots
one
are.
3rd level, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So I was going to, mock sort of trip in front of somebody larger, and then cast invisibility on myself, and then kind of.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna you're gonna fall prone.
Yeah.
And then cast invisibility. Okay,
Yeah.
they're gonna make a. They saw you. They saw where you were. They're gonna make a perception check with disadvantage, obviously, and quite a high DC to try and see you. Can you roll your stealth for me?
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
It's another nat one. They really don't. It doesn't want me to.
You have advantage on stealth checks when invisible.
Mm-hmm.
No, they have
Yeah.
disadvantage, right? It's.
I have
No.
disadvantage.
They have disadvantage on perception checks, and you have advantage on stealth checks.
checks.
Oh, okay. Good.
Roll
grief.
something other than a 1.
What about
That's 2.
14? I rolled.
14. Well, that's good because they look. Their first little glance, they see you fall with their nat 20, but then with their 5, they don't see you as you kind of gradually bring yourself slowly to your feet. Can you make a dexterity saving throw?
Sure. James has just drawn an amazing picture. 21 dex save.
You see some heavy boots coming towards you, and then you see the giant foot, the rooty, twisted foot of a trenant coming towards you. And they're going, "Yo, that guy's gnarly! Get out of here!" And then and then you just manage to get free of this great foot of Northwind, who stomps past you, but you roll to the side without getting a single root tendril touch you, and you manage to sneak out past this guard. You're now in the body of the carnival, moving down wherever you wish. Together, you're running through the carnival to make good your escape. But we shall have a short break at that point, if that's okay. Everybody, go and top up coffees, teas, and whatever you wish to.
Please look at James's drawing.
Let's have James's drawing. I think these should be scanned into the artwork.
Closer, James. Closer.
Love it.
Love that.
Oh.
Crown bag.
From bag.
One bag.
Oh, have you got all your artwork? You could show James, so you can get the horns on there.
Yeah. Areas. Well, not area with
Kobold
scale.
face.
I do have a Hero Forge version if you want.
Oh yes.
Baglin and Cramlin.
Let's go.
Baglin. Goblin.
Baglin.
Goblin. Cramlins.
Rollin and Baglin.
What was Cramlin's aunt called? What would we say that she was called? Antlin.
Antlin.
It's just Lynn on any end of everything.
So everybody welcome back to the Wild Beyond The Witchlight. We find our protagonists of this particular adventure, a motley crew, exiting quickly from a packed feasting orchard. Now, Sylvan, how far does that you have to be near that deck for it to still remain affected? Was it 120?
It's 120 feet to see it.
To see it. Okay. So, but it just sits there indefinitely.
Yeah. I think so. Let me triple check.
I'm gonna mute us, James.
Yep. The illusion lasts until the card is moved or the illusion is dispelled.
Okay. So there is some noise as you and chaos as the feasting orchard is suddenly emptied because of an angry hill giant gesturing in not so kind terms, and you all get through the gap and out, and with the crowd stampeding away, some people start, once they reach that kind of safe distance where they think they're safe enough to start peering back, kind of start doing so. And I'm guessing you guys continue running or continue moving down towards the Hall of Illusions.
Yeah.
Is that what's happening? I'm just checking with everyone. I'm not wanting to put words into your mouths or actions into your characters.
I believe so.
Aren't we chasing? Are we? Well, let's say chasing. Aren't we following Ellie? Yeah.
Yeah, there's the option to do that. She can lead. She will be probably leading the way, running through. You get to that point where you met the mime Candlefoot, who is on the gate, but they are so happy. They are full of joy, and they greet you, and they kind of come. They're miming to some people that weren't at the feasting orchard, and then they come drop out of character completely into this kind of fluid normal motion instead of the kind of static thing, and they go, "Oh, my friends, Aurea, so good to see you. So good to see you. What a wonderful day, the best day."
So, how's the siren?
I got to see her briefly. I snuck up and had a peek through the tent.
The mermaid.
When's the marriage?
We haven't set a date yet, but you will
Can I be invited?
You are most welcome.
Yes.
And you, Nana. Heck, all of you. You're all welcome. What can I do for you?
Oh, we wanted to look inside the illusion mirror again. Because, I was outside and I didn't get the chance to go in. And I wanted to go in and,
Look. Keep your stamps. This one's on me.
And she's going to hug him. Thank you!
Not a trouble. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. And this one? A new one? A new friend? And they're gesturing to, no. Okay, they're going to see if they recognise Cramlin as a bag. No. They don't recognise that Cramlin is not a bag. So Cramlin is still in...
chuckles to himself.
So hold on, is Cramlin a bag as Cramlin, or is Cramlin a bag as a knoll?
Noel Cramlin is curled upon Uria's back, like one of those plushy rucksacks that you get. That's like a,
Very hipster looking.
Yeah, like on Uria's back, like a little knapsack, but in Noel form. Yeah, definitely.
Cramlin as Noel as bag.
Yeah, several layers of illusion are occurring. I'll use your old stealth check to get out. Sylvan, you have not entered the Hall of Illusions, have you yet? No. They look at you, and this one, a new...
He's a performer at the great, up there. He performed, he did a very nice story with plenty of illusions. That was really beautiful.
Oh, excellent! A fellow performer. I am
Yes.
So, but you don't have the right wings.
It was a spur of the moment performance, sanctioned by Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. If you like, we can go and take it up with them.
Make a persuasion check.
Pen.
They say they're normally quite generous. Do they not give you anything for your performance? It's just
mean,
one ticket to ride.
Yes, I have one ticket.
I'll take that then. Thank you. And they stamp your little card, and your ticket is now defunct. You enter into the hall
May
of
as well
the.
keep it.
You enter. Sorry. No, you keep it. It's a souvenir. I'm gonna hand it back to you. You enter into the Hall of Illusions, and that strange thing happens that you've witnessed before. That as you walk in, you see yourself younger at the beginning of it, and the images grow steadily older. Now, I'm wondering, Sylvan.
I'm wondering as well.
George, have you ever seen Uria without a draconic feature? Okay, let me just put the photo in the chat.
When so there's quite a rush through the thing. What's the passive perception? Vivian, you're high, I think, in this. No?
I think I know Finn and Bishop have very high passive
I'm thinking of
perception.
Bishop. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. What's everyone's passive, please?
Oh, 13.
Okay.
God damn it.
Fucking 9.
I have a 15 in passive perception.
15? That's the highest so far.
Cramlins high.
18.
Cramlin.
Ooh.
And Uria.
Go on, Baglin.
Baglin and Uria, I think, would notice this as the. What's yours, Rosalind? 12. Low. Okay, cool. Maybe only you two would notice this, but as you're running in.
Oh, I see. Nobody asks Stralock.
Stralock.
Because
Well,
Stralock's
Stralock,
stupid.
come on, what's yours? High wisdom, have you?
Probably a 20.
Nat 20s. All the way in my passive.
Nah.
Nah.
Carry on.
No, go on then. You made a point. What is your passive?
It's just nice to be asked.
Go on then, I'm asking you now, what is your passive?
11.
11.
But
Stralock.
it's better than mine.
Stralock, I am sorry. As
Alright.
as we move forward through this thing, Cramlin and Uria, you even though your eyes are focused on Ellie ahead of you running through, you glance and you see the images changing of the younger self to the older self. But behind you, in the reflection, following up the rear, I imagine, Sylvan, you're kind of at the back of the crowd, keeping your distance. You see, reflected in the glass, what do they see, Sylvan, as a young Sylvan?
They see blue scales, a long reptilian blue mouth, and a long blue tail. As Sylvan gets older, he starts to develop more and more into this sapphire. I think was it sapphire? I don't know my character. Oh dear. Emerald.
So
emerald.
greens.
So yeah, it's not blue at all. It's green. Everything I described is green. It's not blue at all. I'm chatting out to my ass.
So yeah, little and as
Green
you get
scales, green reptilian mouth, green tail, an emerald dragonborn.
yeah, gradually getting
I was about to
older.
say, definitely Dragonborn.
And as you get older, those spikes and the little wisps at the front maybe get longer, and the crenellation on the head extends and becomes sort of less flexible, more rigid, more plated, rather than that soft plate that you have as a natural skin when you are a youngling dragonborn. You get to a mirror where you are all looking really old. And ancient, and you stand in front of the mirror, and Ellie stands in front and says, "Are you ready?"
We're still stunned, looking at Sylvan's reflection and back at him, and like, I guess.
You don't have time to be guessing.
Hurry on through.
Yes, go.
Cool. So, they speak onto the mirror, and they whisper quietly into the glass a charm, and the glass ripples and is liquid.
Blue pill, red pill.
Yeah. Blue pill. Red pill. Mr. Anderson.
Would you like to do anything, anyone? And she's like gesturing you to step through.
Cramlin literally just hops down and just goes straight into it.
And she just follows.
Thump.
Yep.
Thump.
Sylvan
No
just
question.
goes through.
Yeah. Thump. Come on, then.
Vivian will go last.
Okay. Nana stands. Come on then, Stralock, jump.
Yeah, let's go, Stralock.
Can we rewind a little bit? Can Cramlin try and listen in to what the charm was?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Cramlin can. Yeah, sure.
Mark,
Roll a
you-
perception, please.
Perception. Where's my...
Oh, can I do the same thing?
I got
I'm
4.
getting Cramlin to do it. I think Cramlin's listening in.
Oh, okay.
Got 14.
14. Let's see if they were being very stealthy or not. They weren't. So the charm is, as they whisper it in. Okay. The charm is that they read into the mirror is. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the wording for it so you know what it is. They read, "Hither, thither, here and there, wander yonder, show me where."
Hither, thither, here and there.
Wander yonder, show me where.
Yonder, show me where.
And that turns the mirror to liquid. And each you hop through. And then, sorry, we got to Nana saying to Stralock, hop on through.
Pokes it a little bit, like wants to poke his hand in and out to see if there's anything wet on him.
It's
hand.
like the
He's
bit
just
in Stargate where it grabs and you're through.
Mm.
And Nana's like, "Come along, Vivian." And then she hops through. She goes backwards like this. Yeah. No, she does this. Falls backwards till she gets sucked slowly. Vivian, what are you doing the other side of this mirror?
I guess I'll walk through.
Okay.
Campaign over, we all died.
Okay. You
No characters, let's go.
are sucked. There's this kind of misty vision in front of your eyes, and the rushing of wind streams past your head, and so slowly the mist clears, and it's kind of sucked away. Like the speed is, the feeling of you travelling is still happening, but then it kind of changes into like mist being pulled away from your face into a seamless motion of between motion and the fog clearing. You stand on the edge of a raised and broken causeway under a hazy twilight sky. The causeway, which is built from pale stones that glow faintly from within, towers over a surrounding landscape, but large sections of this causeway have crumbled away. The parts that remain in place are separated by large gaps where the portions have collapsed. A fog-shrouded swamp spreads out below you in all directions, and up from its murk wafts the smell of rotting plants. Also rising from the swamp is the music of nature, a discordant symphony of croaking frogs and singing birds. And you are, as you look round, you can see a boggy swamp all around you, with some, like a great leaning tower, like crooked in the landscape, like nearly falling over, surrounded by thorny vines. You can see a great hill in the far distance to the, we're going to say east. These are both easterly to you. To the far northeast, you see the Brigands' Tollway. And then you see to the west another small tower somewhere very off in the far distance. And the whole place that surrounds this kind of this valley is surrounded in mist and fog, and is this impenetrable thick mist that kind of you were dragged through. You are currently on an isolated area of this bridge. I can show you a little map if you'd like to see. Would you like to see?
Sure.
Let me find this map.
Took us quite some while to get there.
Yeah.
This is on Roll20, right? Yeah.
No, I'm going to just screen share it if that's okay, folks.
Oh, okay.
And I will at some point put it on Roll20. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to quickly share it in here. Screen share. Whoop. Okay. There we are. So.
Oh shit.
Cool.
You folks are on this first section of bridge to the far left.
Oh god damn.
I don't see it.
Make a zoom.
On the zoom.
Oh, okay. It just appeared to me. It's just that's
So yeah,
application
you're on
wasn't
this
loaded.
bluish section on the left hand side, bottom left. Over towards, you see this slightly tower. You see a hill in the far distance. You can see this kind of maze of like brickwork up to the north, and you can see a small further tower, and then all around are these kind of mountains that kind of vanish into fog and mystery. And I'll drop that in the Discord so you guys can make an analysis of it in the downtime and stuff as well. So you have a map of it. Is that alright? So
We're on a bridge.
you're on this kind of great big causeway to the left hand side. So the highway is 20 feet wide and 100 feet above the swamp. The section that you stand on is like I said, it's broken, and there are mushrooms that cling to the lower half of each support pillar that you that supports it, and the marshland below is hidden in thick fog beneath. As you peer down, there are handholds and footholds carved into each pillar. and you can. It seems like an easy way to descend down into the space.
Mhm.
But you might need to make a check to climb down, unless anybody's got any ideas on how to get down easy.
Well, let me see.
Let me check my inventory because I think I have some rope.
I've got 50 feet of rope. We could tie 2 together. Starlight, you're quite strong. Maybe you could hold on to the end of the rope as we go down.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Okay.
I'm still invisible, by the way. I think.
Yes.
Oh, I got Featherfall.
Yeah. So Featherfall, you can hop off.
Yeah, nice.
So Vivian,
just hop off.
do you just step off, or do you
Yeah.
just go
I do
like?
like a run. I
Yeah.
do like a run. Jump like just step on the ledge and then like,
Yeah, and you just vanish, and they vanish into the fog. How is everyone else getting down?
if they follow quickly behind me, I'm gonna catch them. To some degree.
Well, looks like we lost Vivian.
So you vanish.
We shall have to have a funeral.
You do not hear a splat or a cry.
No,
Strala,
Wilhelm.
an invisible voice tells you to hold a rope.
Who's that?
It's me, Stralock.
Is that my conscience again?
No, it's Rosie.
Oh.
I'm just, I'm doing the thing where you can't see me.
Oh. Okay.
Says Strala,
Okay.
I do apologise. That may have been me being your conscience.
Oh, my conscience.
Sure, you should listen to me.
What's a conscience?
Well,
Exactly.
Don't listen to this liar.
oh dear, Stralock, there's quite a lot of people trying to tell you what to do, isn't there? Perhaps you should
Rage.
do what you think is best.
I will hold rope.
Thank you.
Rosie says hold rope, I hold rope.
You brace your feet against the edge of this thing, and I'm going to treat this like it is climbing gear. You're able to abseil using a combination of the footholds and handholds to put your feet in, and you gradually lower yourself into the
Unknown.
the fog below. But as this is occurring, Cramlin, you're the highest passive perception. Cramlin, you
Cramlin.
see in a distant sky a balloon made of patchwork material, and it is spinning out of control, and it has a small basket beneath it, and it is swinging round and round, and it is not in control, and suddenly plunges out of sight, disappearing into the fog, about, you estimate, a mile away from where you are.
Did Cramlin recognise the balloon? Is there anything?
Not that you would recognise. Maybe you would recognise its technology. You would think it's some sort of hot air balloon. It's something that you know how you've seen balloons used at the carnival, either magically levitated or performed with. But you don't recognise anyone on it or in it. This place feels strange and unfamiliar.
Cramlin makes a lot of feathers flap around and goes, "Dither!" Well, he's not feathers, he's still in kobold form. But, and points down at the the balloon.
As
And
it
is like,
vanishes into the fog.
Yeah.
And
balloon from the sky! Balloon
anyone-
from the sky! And tugs on it.
For a short moment, as Stralock looks up at the balloon, his grip on the rope laxes a little bit. There's a little jolt before he realises and holds on again.
Yeah, there's this dexterity saving throw. I'm going to say, who's on the rope?
Would I be? Is Sylvan on the rope?
I'm saying anyone that isn't Strelok
Vivian.
or Cramlin, really.
Or Strelok.
Are we all going down in a line? Maybe we are all going down in a line.
Okay, so Rosie, Uria, Sylvan, dex saves.
You know how bad I am with those.
What's 16?
18.
I'm waiting for mine.
Is this
18.
Uria
18.
Splat Mark 2.
You grip on. You grip on. Sylvan, Uria, and Roslyn. You hear a Strelok as Nana tumbles past you.
Oh no! Like, can I
I can't do anything. Otherwise, I'm going to let you all go.
try and kind of grab her as she falls?
Yeah, make a dex check, please. See if you can grab her.
I'm gonna try to.
Dear. 11?
Oh no.
Is this a strength?
Dex, because it's kind of
You can
like
please shape into a bird. Should be fine.
doesn't get that.
I
This
don't
one.
think she's high enough level.
19.
19. Uria, you reach out and grab Nana's hand, and she swings from the rope, from your hand, and you're like one-handed on the rope, and you manage to guide her back to the rope, and she's like,
Sorry.
Balloon!
Do shut up, I'm coming.
Balloon in the woods, in the mist, in the woods, in the woods, in the mist.
balloon in my trousers.
There's a balloon.
We might need to find somewhere I can wash. Even I need to wash.
Brown.
Eventually,
Playing by play D&D with us. Why?
I don't know. Why?
you reach to the bottom of the rope, and there are.
I hand Nana Foon the wand of prestidigitation for her trousers.
I feel like Strelok has the best sort of one-liner phrases that need to become like stickers or coasters and things.
No need for that, Strelok. Allow me, and I prestidigitate Nana's trousers.
Everyone has a turn cleaning up Nana.
Thank you very much. I feel a lot. I don't
Raya.
feel better, but I certainly look a little bit more tidy. And then you look around you, and you realise that it's just swamp, thick, brown, marshy swamp. And she looks around. And she says, "A lot of good that's going to do us in this slot." So the space that you are in is going to count as difficult terrain.
Did I need to make a check to climb down, by the way? Because I wouldn't have had the
How
rope.
do you want to get down?
I would
Did
have
it
had to
jump
just
off?
I would have just had to use the footholds.
You can make a strength athletics. So I think you might pass.
I hope so.
There's no spot where you tied the rope?
I was
Yeah,
tied round
16.
Strelok.
Oh, wait.
I was the
shit.
one holding it. 16.
Yeah,
16.
yeah.
Yeah, you manage to lower yourself down into this muddy bog that you stand in, and you look around you, and you as you're in the depths of this marshy bottom of this thing, you the last character down, which is you, a giant pterodon or pterodon suddenly launches out of the smoke and flies away, disturbed. and it flies over, and you see a bunch of ne'er-do-well looking people suddenly like and run off into the distance. The sticky mud squelches beneath your feet, and tangled mangroves grow out of pools of rippling water, half hidden by the thick fog, and purple mushrooms cling to rotten logs and stumps scattered throughout the marsh. Crickets that glow like fireflies chirp serenely before they are snatched out of the air by tongues of hungry frogs. Coming from one direction, there are several voices joined in a marching song, and the singing grows louder as 6 bipedal rabbits wearing clothing emerge from the fog. 2 of them tug at the reins of a giant snail, and the others carry clubs and slings.
Better not be Wizzy.
It's not Wizzy.
Hey,
Yeah.
Where's Wizzy? I didn't bring Wizzy. Did I bring?
I don't
No.
think he came through the mirror.
I
Unless
don't
you,
even think he can fit inside the funhouse.
The last mirror is just a shell.
Sorry. Yes, Rosalind.
can I do the thing like in the labyrinth when you use Moulder to make the rocks come up close to the surface so that I don't have to step in?
Yeah. Yeah, so you can like bring some forth from the bottom and make it easier to travel. Yeah, you see these 6 individual, these 6 rabbit folk, and they are singing, and they sing, "With sticks and stones we'll break your nose, we'll beat you, blind you and steal your clothes, but none of us can compare to the willy stiff and stand-up hair. Scarf that's glorious and thief notorious, his deeds are truly meritorious. With a wink and a grin he'll show you his cunning, a flash of his scarf he'll take off running, quick as a bolt his long scarf trailing, gasping, grasping, you'll end up flailing, you'll pout, you'll moan, you'll huff, you'll sneer, thanks to Agdon Longscarf, Brigadier Prince of Prismeer."
Oh, what's Prismeer?
Rabbits.
Are they within distance of seeing us?
Rabbit.
You could try and hide if you wish to.
How do you hide, Cramlin? In a swamp.
In a swamp? Just become a swamp.
And become a swamp.
I think
Well,
I think we should hide. They don't sound very nice.
Kremlin, you sound so serious all of a sudden.
Yeah. Cramlin's doing a serious voice, which he picked up somewhere else.
Oh.
Hello, I think we should hide.
What they're just singing. I mean, what? Oh,
Cramlin joins in and sings exactly the same song incredibly loudly.
you're so changeable, Kremlin.
They immediately see that as you sing.
Stralok tries to join in with Cramlin, but obviously has got like half the words wrong and is just saying some of the words in the wrong place.
"With bricks and homes we'll break your shins." Like, just completely the wrong words. So, as you approach, some of them draw their swords that they have upon them, and they say,
No fighting.
"This." And as they approach, you can see Strelok. You would notice this is not very nice. They are handling this snail incorrectly. They're being quite more than vigorous in their treatment of driving this snail forwards. And they draw their swords and say, "This is a robbery. If you resist, we'll beat you black and blue."
Maria get out a mace and be like, "You want to try us?"
What about yellow on pink?
What?
How about you just don't rob us and just leave?
Because we want the things that you've got.
You don't even know what we've got.
Ha The thing I want, you've all got.
How close together are they?
They're riding.
Okay.
They're riding a contraption attached to a snail.
And how close am I to them?
60 foot.
Fuck. Okay. Never mind.
As they draw closer, though, they're coming closer, and they're kind of.
Are they being like pulled by the snail?
Yeah. The snail is their beast of burden,
So,
Okay.
and they're driving it, like
kinda
tapping
see
on
what,
its
like,
shell.
It's like green light come from both of Lokyri's hands, and then you look down and there's just these two quite ornate daggers.
Okay.
Can I see if the snail is in any kind of pain or
Oh.
discomfort?
Insight check. Or animal handling. Animal handling. With advantage, I think you get advantage. In
Do I?
the rules here, you get...
I do have previous.
You have advantage on
I'm
this
the
check
prouder
as well.
owner of a chance.
You have
Well,
advantage.
I'm going to
Sherlock.
need that because the first one was a natural one.
Oh, what is with the 1s and 20s today? It's like either end of the spectrum.
I don't know.
11.
You see that this creature is not happy about the situation. Certainly, you'd see that this is not. The eyes are drooped. They're not the beaming, happy eyes of a wizzy.
Tug on Rosie's sleeve a little bit and point at the snail. I'm happy. Snail isn't happy.
Yes, I don't think he is happy, is he? Well, how about you leave and we'll take your snail, and that's just what happens.
And we won't have to kill you.
Well, each of you has the thing that we want. I'm pretty sure each of you's got something.
What's the snail's name?
A snail with a name?
Yeah, Uria's just
Yeah.
like this with her mace in her hand, be like, you better answer him.
We haven't named a snail. It just takes us places.
Oh. What do
You can name the
feed it?
snail if you give us the thing we want.
And what is it that you desire?
Hmm.
Well, can you tell me about the feeling of delight that you got when you got given the best gift you ever got given?
Don't answer him. He's going to steal delight from you.
Well, for me personally, the greatest delight is, well, the greatest gift I ever got. Still yet to come, so I wouldn't know. Sorry if that's not the answer that you were looking for.
Stralock
really.
approaches the snail while they're talking.
Okay. Anybody else got a favoured memory?
Uria is not going to tell it.
That's fine. Rosalind?
Why? I'll just ignore what Celia said because now I'm like, okay. Well, I don't know. Perhaps you could be more specific about what kind of delight. There's lots of.
When you were given the best gift you ever received is what I would like to know.
I've been given many gifts, but none of them particularly delightful. I've taken a great many things.
Charlotte begins to kind of stroke the snail. He starts to look at any kind of harness or latchings that the snail is attached to.
Make an animal handling check. Again. Now you're closer. This again is with advantage. This is to check on its like welfare, I'm guessing. And
17.
Lovely. You see how it's attached. You see that the shell has been scratched. You see that it is the marks on the back from where they've got a stick on it is like not happy. You see that these little great big gooey eyes look at you with a just not anything really, just like they don't really register you, but they cower at the creatures behind it.
I'm going to try and stealthily while they're talking with Rosalind to try and undo any kind of latchings to this.
Cool. I'm going to say sleight of hand then for that, because you're trying to do it without them seeing. Vivian, do you share a memory?
No.
Cramlin, do you share a memory?
Cramlin does not share a memory. Cramlin instead goes, balloon in the woods, balloon in the mist.
Okay.
I feel like I'm like ADHD.
Okay. They. What was your sleight of hand?
19.
Okay. So yeah, they. Natural 1. So they do not notice
There's
you.
been a lot of nat ones, hasn't there?
They do not notice you start unlatching their beast. So they say, "Well, you're not giving us what you want, right? That's it. That's it, innit?
No,
It's time for a beating, innit?" But I would.
Is this one the leader? Is there a
Yes.
leader rabbit?
Yeah.
Can I just calm emotions on him?
Okay.
Indifferent to us. Please just find. It's a charisma 14.
Charisma. I don't know what their stat block is. Let me just find there. They are a. Charisma.
Charisma 14. Yeah.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. It's the other end. Natural 20.
Oh no.
So yeah, you Sylvan have got your daggers out. Aurea, you're got the mace in your hand. Vivian, what are you doing as these individuals threaten to beat you black and blue?
I already got one action.
It's not an action. It's just I want to get what your. How are you? How are you? Like describe your stance. How you're standing. Is there anything you've done? Have you drawn a blade? That kind of stuff.
Okay, so couple things.
Yeah.
One, they're basically standing behind everyone else because they didn't really acknowledge her once they all came down, you know. So they're like, oh, okay, I guess let's just stay in the back. And then as an action, they're gonna like their armor's gonna appear over them. You know how like in Endgame, I think it was in Endgame, I could be wrong. Like how in Iron Man, like his suit is like for the nano one.
Yeah, yeah.
It appears like that. And I don't think I changed their armor types. I'm pretty sure they're still Guardian. But yeah, they're just gonna have their hand on their gun, just waiting for them to gain range, like roughly 40 feet.
Okay. And Cramlin, you are being threatened to be beaten black and blue, and Rosie, you are still being threatened to be beaten black and blue. Anything that you'd like to do?
Me?
Rosalind and Cramlin, so give me some time.
Cramlin, would you like to do anything? These rabbits are being
Jerks.
Cramlin's going to jerks. Oh yeah, right, jerks. Cramlin is going to try and like slink into the mist slightly, so try and kind of back away and try and find somewhere sneaky to hide.
Okay, you can make a stealth check to see if you can slip away. It's going to be quite a high DC because they're accosting you. Rosalind, what are you doing?
I think.
23.
Jeez.
Yeah, actually gone.
Batlin. Cram Batman Lin.
Batlin.
Backpack, Cramlin, Kobold, Bat, Sneak.
Snip.
I think, look, I don't want to fight you. Perhaps we can come to some kind of arrangement. Who has put you up to this way of life? Perhaps we can find a way out for you that it means that you don't have to steal or rob people anymore. And perhaps you can go and live more joyful lives and do lovely things that rabbits do instead. There's still a chance.
And I've just shat my pants and I ain't ready to fight you.
Again, Nana?
No, when I fell. Not again. Well, maybe a bit again.
It's here in the darkness. Brown.
You're no longer felt.
They will make a perception check. No, they still don't know where the word brown echoed out of the mist.
I think what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to persuade them to go.
George is done. He's just done.
I will let everyone make a intimidation check. Those that are intimidated. So Uria, George, Vivian. I don't know if Nana was trying to persuade or intimidate. So let's have a group from those three, please, because you are doing intimidating.
Intimidation.
I
Okay.
think Nana was trying to just disgust.
Yeah, I wish there was like a embarrassment.
I have a 20.
Embarrassed chat.
20.
Wait, what? Which one? Which one are we doing?
Intimidation.
Intimidation.
Because you got your hand on your gun. Sylvan's somewhere.
I'm basically behind everyone if they even see me.
Unless you're actively hiding, which you didn't say.
Oh, what? No, but it's 13.
13. They glance at you as you do those actions, like Uria with the mace, you summoning daggers, and Vivian just kind of and the hand on the gun, and they kind of look and they're weighing it up, and they look down at this halfling who stinks. Oh shit. And they go,
Oh.
maybe this is a fight for another day. Right, let's go. And then they go to whip the snail.
You can't say whip the snail.
Do they go to whip the snail?
They lift the stick ready to go.
Okay, so I'm guessing there's some kind of beam or something that goes across from their carriage, their like sled, their whatever. Thing.
So it's kind of like a half boat. It's got like floats on the side, but a wheel also that rolls underneath.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do a Tobias here and flip it.
Oh yeah. Okay, strength, please.
I just after I've undone them, I just do that.
Yeah, strength athletics. So you've undone the bolts, you've undone the fixing, so it's no longer attached.
To attack.
Yeah, strength athletics, please.
As we kill everything we can.
Kill everything.
Got that advantage.
25. You completely flip this thing over, and 6 Haragon fly off the back of it. The cart flipping over, so I'm going to make some dex saves here. 2.
Remember when we fought Lokyri at the first time? Remember when Swallow flipped as a carriage and there was someone under?
Mm-hmm. This is exactly it.
It was Lokyri that was under.
Tobias was flipping people.
It was Bean that did it last time.
3 of them are trapped underneath.
As Strelok's done this and he's flipped the thing, he's gone, snails have names!
Oh, yes, Strelok.
Right for snails, right?
And some of them are like crushed beneath it. Some just trapping fingers. Three of them bounce off. But as they bounce, they run. The ones underneath pull themselves out. Look at this like raging barbarian screaming about snail rights, and they pelt with the group intimidating him with like the weapons and this little old lady smelling a poo. they run. They run in the other direction, and the cart is upside down, and there is now a snail with you and an upside down cart.
Well, it looks like we are gained a thing to travel.
Stralock, you could start a snail sanctuary.
Still rather angry and peeved while I'm in my rage.
Oh, it's okay, Stralock.
Have to take a few moments to take some deep breaths and calm down while they're all running away.
Yeah.
Here's your happy place, Stralock.
Hey there, big guy. Sun's getting
stroke-
real low.
Stroking the snail like it's an emotional support animal.
Yeah. Aura's going to go next to Stralock and trying to make him lean down and just pat his head. You did good. You did very good.
Stralock, I've got an idea.
Yeah. What?
Something might make you feel better. They kind of steer the snail by one of its eyes gently towards you, and they hold its two eyes together and kind of present these eyes to you and say, "Name it. Name it. Give it its name."
Lizzie.
Lizzie. A bit like Wizzy, but with a L on the beginning.
Yeah.
I
Lizzie.
think that is a marvellous name, Stralock. Everyone, Lizzie.
Hi, Lizzie.
The eyes kind of peek up, and it kind of, as much as a kind of like a preen a snail can do with just eyes.
I tried to feed it a cupcake from one of the many that I've stacked in my pockets from the.
Yeah, custard joy for this giant snail. It has never tasted such sweetness. It's happy about this.
I think George is too tired for his shit.
What are we doing with this flipped over cart? Are we travelling via cart? Are we travelling via foot? Using Rosalind's mould earth?
I can try and flip it back over now. With the last of my rage.
We don't want the snail. The snail's just been liberated. Lizzie's just been liberated from
I'm not going to strap it back on.
Well, no. Well, then how are we to use a cart if we've got nothing to pull it?
Oh, I could pull it.
Put Lizzie
Get on
in
and
the back of the cart and you pull it.
Well, no, Lizzie can swim alongside me and I'll trudge through the mud pulling you all.
Is this what Stralock's offering?
Yeah.
What's in the cart? I want to look at. What is there anything good?
Oh, perception, investigation cart, because it's upside down at the moment. Until Stralock's flipped it back, it's upside down.
I'm going to investigate too.
Okay, so I'm going to get Stralock, you kind of flipping it. I'm going to say you do it with, because you're not doing it immediately. It's quite easy for you to do. Investigation, Rosalind first.
I got a nat 20 for a 24.
This is a
I
game
got a
of
nat
20s
20
and
for 21.
Fucking heck. Excuse my language. Exciting game. Lots of 20s in this game.
Lots of 20s, lots of ones. There's been a lot of rolling.
So-
There's been a lot of rolling.
Rosalind, you find a gourd. So it is not the kind of traditional leather gourd that you've seen before. This one, shaped like it, has a stopper in the top, but is elaborate in its design. Quite beautiful in its nature.
What
A
does
fancy
it smell like?
gourd. Are you smelling round the top, round the cork?
Yeah.
It smells like a million different things at once. Hundreds of smells. Spices, birthday cakes, sweets, chocolates, bananas, fresh eggs, fresh meat,
Jollof rice.
freedom.
The best
Nana
jollof
food.
rice has ever been cooked.
Nana Food's trousers.
Okay. Interesting.
Do you want to do anything with it? Or are you just going to...
Cramlin still disappeared. Like Cramlin still
Yeah,
just
Cramlin-
vanished.
Around somewhere. He's like
Cramlin just appears and is on top of the cart,
The gourd isn't shining.
just standing on top of it.
Is he like Rambo style? Crambo?
Crambo.
Crambo backpack.
Paint.
Uria. Uria, can you roll me a D20?
Sure.
Sorry, no, a D100, sorry.
What you do on a
D100, okay. Yeah, George is done.
What was that?
What do you tell your workmates that you do on a Monday?
Oh, they know exactly what I do on a Monday.
45.
You
Obviously,
find...
they don't know how batshit insane you all are, but they know that I do this on a Monday.
You find a bar of soap, Uria,
Okay.
but it smells like when you were... It reminds you of your training to be a cleric. Back when you were in your institution, when you were being trained, it smells exactly like the soap that everybody that was an acolyte would wash with. The kind of soap that they had there.
Soap
Kind of
like
expensive shower gel.
Yeah,
in
it's like
training.
it's Lynx Africa or something like that, but I don't know what.
Smells like a teenage boy.
Yeah, it smells like a teenage boy.
But yes and no, because the soap that they were using,
Mm-hmm.
Uria was using a different kind
Okay.
because of something that I won't tell right now.
Okay.
But
It was
it's
special
it
to Uria.
smells. Yeah, it's special to Uria. It smells strongly like flowers and something that could cover any other smell.
Sure.
Charlie Red.
Sure. And Cramlin, are you investigating this place at all?
Yes,
Because
Cramlin.
it's your kind of bag. This. So make a
Cramlin loves
investigation check.
He loves to loot.
Loves to
Cramlin.
loot.
Cramlin gets a 15.
15. Can you roll a D10, please?
Good question. Can I
Should be able to.
Just bottom left on your screen.
roll?
No, you'll roll 2.
Oh no, I'm gonna roll 2.
No, don't roll 2.
I'll try not to.
No, try it again. 1.
7.
You find 7 gold pieces.
Cramlin
Are there
pocket.
are there any like satchels or any kind of harness or something on the snail?
No, that was purely pull.
Just the harness.
Yeah, just a harness and sort
yeah.
of barding, whatever you would have equivalent of barding for a snail. And you are off into the land of Hither. And you also heard the mention of the word Prismeer
Oh, yes.
by the
Oh, we're there already. Okay.
the Heragon.
Oh boy.
Yeah, were any of the words like familiar words of the song? Was the tune familiar?
Let's have either intelligence or history, if you'd like.
Did the fortune teller box play a music or any music in the carnival?
The
There was
music
music
was always being pumped out by a central unit. A little
Yeah.
musical organ that was permeated the
Damn, I
music,
wanted to check that out. Fuck. I want to drink that.
that permeated
Did
through
it-
the whole place. It's not the same tune, no. This
Okay.
is more like, the song they sung was more of a a marching tune, kind of something like that.
I did a history you wanted, or just an intelligence?
History or an intelligence. So if you'd like to check something that you know from your past, it's history. If it's something that you've recently encountered, you normally use intelligence. So
I don't think
relying
it
on...
would be anything history. Well, maybe. I mean, I rolled a history, a 19. If anyone else wants to roll, they can roll.
It's a combination of things that comes to your mind. You remember the fortune teller box, and you remember something briefly that your Kenku friend Kettlestein mentioned about a place, Prismeer, that they could not travel to, and you remember that it has some kind of connection with Zyblina. Maybe that it's some sort of dimension. Prismeer is a dimension or a plane or a separate place. A separate place from that you have visited before. The material plane, this is not. That is what you know. You know that you are not in Kansas anymore, Rosalind.
Well, we did go through a goopy mirror. If we're travelling, I will sit somewhere reasonably stable. If Stralock is pulling the cart and anyone needs anything identified, I will ritual identify some things.
Okay, so
Need anything?
Stralock, are you pulling the cart through the swamp?
I can be pulling it, pushing it, yeah.
Let's have us a strength athletics.
Can I give you some kind of... No, not bless. It's not sanctuary. It's not gonna have something.
Guidance?
Me.
I do have guidance, so I can give him guidance.
Stralock won't need it. He's a strong boy.
Bear with me.
Just a tap on the shoulder.
There we go. Just let me do it now. I need that guidance.
Yeah, guidance.
Definitely rolled a natural one.
Woof.
Oh, so you go. You say something along the lines of "I'll pull you," and then no, it's jammed fast.
Oh.
It stood still too long, the cart, and has sunk so deep that even Stralock's mighty pulling, or maybe some of the damage to it, has broken it so much it looks like on foot from now on, folks.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's okay, Stralock. Don't worry.
Okay.
Well, I couldn't smell any worse.
Is Lizzie coming with us?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, of course. Lizzie. Under a cupcake.
Yeah, this snail is like as close as it can get behind Stralock, wherever Stralock goes, hunting cupcakes. Every now and then a little tentacle will come forwards and try and get in your pocket. Oh, can you make a perception check?
Everyone?
No, Stralock.
11.
It takes you a long while, and maybe about an hour's travel, trudging through this swamp, and you go think, maybe it's time for Lizzie to have another cupcake. You reach to your left pocket, it's devoid of cupcakes.
Uh-oh.
You turn round, there is like frosting all over this snail and custard.
Lizzie. You greedy snail.
Who's leading the party? Who's head of the pack here?
Are we heading? Where are we going to head towards the crash site potentially?
Is Ellie? Did Ellie not come through with us?
No.
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 It was just mostly mist, and we saw a tower. We saw a balloon. What else did we see? A crash site?
The balloon.
Well, it didn't crash. It just disappeared, didn't it?
Loon.
Big balloon fall from the sky.
Or did it fall?
Falling from the sky.
Oh, well,
Out of control.
Where?
At least
If we
let's go
don't
to
know
the tower
where-
and see what we can find there. See if we can find anyone. Simple as that. That's the closest thing near us. And see if we can find anything useful.
same direction.
Yes.
They may need help. They may be hurt. They might need help.
And maybe a balloon is quite useful if we could repair it. We might be able
Fix the
to,
balloon.
you know, go up in the air, perhaps.
Sylvan?
I'm gonna kind of just stand there and try see if I can get a link. Because we've gone through some sort of weird portal. Didn't know if I could find any form of link.
The range is? You get 120.
Yeah.
No.
No.
This doesn't... You're really looking for the thing that you lost.
Mm.
It doesn't feel like it's here. But might be nearby.
Okay. Do I get like any sort of sense of which way to go?
It feels like... How can I describe this in D&D terms? It would feel like... Walking... It would feel like maybe... You know, like when you put on a comfy pair of shoes, like your favourite pair of shoes, and you know them just by the feel of putting them on your feet.
Mm.
But say you had 3 identical pairs like that, but only
Yeah.
one was the right one.
Yeah.
So you're in the right area, the right sort of shoe,
Mm.
but this isn't the one.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So, as you proceed along, trudging through the swamp, heading... Are we going to the tower? Is that what we're saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Yeah.
The first
I
tower.
thought we would.
The nearest space.
Mm.
Okay. Who's head of the pack?
How much longer are we going to go, folks?
Just till the next roll of a dice.
Okay.
Which when I find out who is leading, I can.
I can lead.
Okay. Sylvan, roll a d8.
If he's leading, Uria is next to him.
What was that? Sorry, DM.
A d8, please, Sylvan.
The 8.
That is 8.
Okay.
8 ancient red dragons.
Fuck.
Yes, that's it.
8 Cramlins come out of mist.
Entonces solo ayuno en español y yo.
Oh no.
Trudge, waterlogged,
I'd
and
rather
bogged.
take the ancient dragons.
Waterlogged and bogged down, you march towards this tower, and you see in front of you an area that looks different to the rest that you've been walking through. What you see, you first start seeing like odd sticks that are not natural sticks poking out of the ground, like snapped off staves. Then you start noticing deep in the water, like you'll see like the hilt of a dagger. Then you'll see like a sword. And then you start seeing limbs protruding from the marsh. You start seeing these semi-preserved sides of skin and faces and pointed ears beneath the water somewhere ahead of you, Lokyri, not far off. Like maybe 10 foot you start seeing the bodies, and then you see metallic objects in the distance, armor, and other things. This area is about, you make it out to probably be about 100 foot across, like kind of in front of you. It appears to be some sort of abandoned battlefield, or a battle once occurred here.
Spooky.
Hold up, everybody.
What is that?
There appears to be some form of remnants here of some form of fight.
What?
I know not whether it is still active or whether it was many years ago, but tread carefully. And Strelok, keep that snail under control, will you? Don't want to reanimate anything.
What do you do, Sylvan?
I'm going to carry on a little bit more cautiously.
You walk 10 feet. You walk 15 feet. And at that point, the mud in front of you begins to bubble and writhe, and pulling itself out from underneath, you see rusted plates of armour, moss and weed gripped to every element of this metallic suit. As it lifts itself up, you can see the spaces through where it has rusted inside, and water runs out from its innards, enough to fill its entire form, rusting from it. And this creature stands up in front of you, this suit of armour, leaking water, rust and dirt smearing down its front, and it stands in front of you. What do you do?
Is it? I have one question.
Yeah.
Is it an undead? Does it look like an undead?
It looks like a suit of armour.
Okay.
Cramlin brown.
No bones, no flesh, no anything.
Not that you can witness from where you are. Sylvan's right on it. It's right in front of you, in melee. What do you do, Sylvan?
I'm going to kind of see green light, and the dagger's kind of...
And it braces its hands. And that's where we'll end the adventure.
Yeah, Cramlin and a brown.
Cramlin
We've
brown.
done a lot this episode.
I know.
Yeah.
Look at that. Actual
Go
getting
us.
somewhere. You've moved somewhere. You've got to another plane. That's
Go us,
incredible.
guys.
Yeah.
And who was saying looks like I think it was you, Diaz, like, we probably won't get anywhere because
Yeah.
we'll just fuck around.
We did some
Places.
We fucked around
We did.
and found out.
We did fuck
We
around
did.
a lot.
Yeah, it's cool. That was fun. Thank you, guys.
Oh, damn.
Right.
It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
So many good moments in this. There's so many good moments.
That was fun. That was good. Poor little Nana. I thought Nana was a goner. Like, I thought Nana was doing an Uria who did a Keyleth. Like,
No,
Why
she's
do
got
you have to
get-
remand me that?
She's got to
I
get to
was
the
at
final
the
fight with
bottom. I
Lokyri
could
first.
literally feathered pop her
oh yeah, you
I had
might.
a back-
if I wanted to be honest. I don't know.
You just let
I
Nana
don't get it
collide
wrong.
with the marsh. The
Yeah, I was gonna roll to see if I was like, should I help her?
Just let the
Should I not?
halfling splatter into the ground.
No,
I
it's
had
fine.
I had
We
a
know that
backup
she
if
doesn't
things were
die.
to go terribly wrong.
We
Sorry,
know
George?
that she doesn't die yet. She
No.
doesn't die until she's in,
This is
Grand
really
Palace.
an asshole party. Like, this is, well, I guess other than Stralog, like, everyone's
just a bit of a
something
dick.
of an asshole in there. This is,
Not an asshole. I'm trying to help. It's just that sometimes diplomacy is in the way.
Also, I'm not an arsehole. I'm lovely.
No.
Fucking nah.
Recording stopped.
I don't think Vivian's much of an arsehole in this.